Welcome back to Apollo Justice. We're not quite done yet. We still have one more case to take care of, even though we've done the main story. But yeah, we're not quite done. So let's hop in to the last case. Turnabout time traveler? What? Okay. Not what I was expecting. It's gonna be like the Victorian era or something. Huh. Okay, let's see what's in store.
I'm not completely heartless. I'll even throw that time machine you cherish so much overboard with you.
Please take me back! Back to that blissful moment!
Wait, what?
It's almost time for the reception, milady. It actually really worked.
Hold on a minute, there was a familiar face in the background. You guys saw that, right? Uh-huh. Okay, yeah, this is gonna get very interesting. Also, I thought this was gonna take place like a lot, like in the very, I don't know, like I just thought it would take time, or oh my god, I can't freaking speak. I thought it was gonna take place much earlier in the past, basically. Is it just me, or is her color's a little different? I know it's a special episode, but still. I swear her colors are a little bit darker. Anyway. Okay, let me make sure I've got this straight. When your magic panties appear... Oh no, are we really bringing this back up? For God's sake. Your magic panties appear, I do a backflip into a handstand, then blow out the candle? It's 5 months after case 6-5. Oh, okay. Astro Dude, hi, welcome on in, Okutumo. Small country's worth of dark type. Yellow's a bit darker. Yeah, I thought so. I thought it looked a little bit muted. No, Athena, you got it all wrong. You do a backflip through the ring of fire while holding the candle in your mouth. There's no way I'll ever be able to do that. Sure you can. I believe in you, Athena. Trucy, what are you and Athena up to? Athena's agreed to be a part-time performer in my magic show. I couldn't say no to some extra cash, but I probably should have thought it through first. Now it's human cannibals this, guillotine that. It's not like I have 9 lives, you know. You've made your bed, Athena. Now you've got to lie in it. No, I'm too young to be taking out a life insurance policy already. My name is Phoenix Wright. I'm the head of this law office. And since when did you become the head of this office, Daddy? I mean, who exactly does all the cleaning, accounting, and scheduling around here, huh? Yeah. You got me there, Trucy. This is Trucy Wright. She's my adopted daughter and a magician. And I'm Athena Sykes. The Rising Star lawyer of the Write Anything Agency. Or rather, the Rising Star assistant, Trucy, you mean. If I don't get back into a courtroom soon, I'm gonna forget everything I ever learned. Speaking of the courtroom, we haven't exactly had any clients lately, have we? Wait, who's this? Is that Maya? This is as slow as ever, huh, Nick? But you made more money back when you played the piano. Larry? I knew I saw him in the frickin' flashback. Oh boy. Guys, you know it's gonna get wacky with him around. Oh, dearie me. I knew something smelled. Yeah, when something smells, it's usually the butts. Okay. Yo, long time no see. Larry? I haven't seen you in years. Where was you here all of a sudden? It's not big news, that's what. Was he like the best man at the wedding, or was he the one getting married? God. Okay. Who's this guy, boss? Hi, Sophie. Welcome on in. Hope we're doing well. This is Larry Butts. He's oh, let's just say he's an old friend of mine. So, Larry, what's so big that you had to come and tell me in person? There's somebody I want you to meet. Oh, dear God. Hey, you can come in now. All right. How do you do? Hi. That dress! Is that a wedding dress? Yes, it is. My name is Ellen Wyatt. I'm a domestic servant, a maid of the Sprocket household. Sprocket? As in Sprocket of Aviation? Yes, that's the one. Oh, Mr. Wright, Sprocket Aviation is a really big airline company. You've heard of Rainbow Airlines, right? The one they call RAL, or RAL for short? Yeah, that does sound familiar. Well, it's run by Sprocket Aviation. Let's see. But what is the Sprocket family maid doing here in a wedding dress? Freaking called it! Every time when he gets involved in a case, it's because he's in love with someone. I swear to God. Oh boy, this is gonna be a doozy, I bet. 3 for 3, yep. Dude. Swear to God. So actually, we decided to get married. You what? I'm not so young anymore, you know? I think it is time to finally settle down. Dude, you don't look any older than whatever age you were at the beginning of the series. What? You're getting married? No way. I don't believe it. Besides, someone as well put together as her choose someone as flaky as Larry. You're kidding, right? Jealous? I don't blame you. The green's really not your color, you know. 24 was Larry's age way back in case 1-2 or 1-1. Okay, I suppose he looks a little older than 24, but not that much older. Maybe that's just because of the shading, though, if anything. Or maybe some of the lines around his eyes. Yeah, good grief. I definitely think he definitely looks like he's still in his 20s. Probably the art style? Maybe. I would have said he was in his late 20s, if anything. But if I remember correctly, I think... Because Trucy came in... So... Yeah, that's true, Katie. So... Trucy was adopted when she was 7, right? It's around right age, yeah. So Trucy was adopted when she was 7, correct? Right, it's 35. So Larry's about 34, 35 as well. Yeah, no, he looks like he's in his late 20s. Dude, what's your skincare routine? But anyway, moving on. Alright, Larry, lay it on me. In all seriousness, Larry, are you really getting married? Not right away, but that's the plan. We're gonna elope, see? Like, love on the run, I guess you could say. That feels too fitting for Larry. Isn't that right, Ellie? Larry, Ellie, oh my god. Oh. Why the silence? Larry, I do believe there's been a major misunderstanding here. Oh no. My heart already belongs to an... I don't know. I don't know how he manages this every single time. My dude. You need to pick better women for you. Not anyone that's too high profile for you. Melina!
She's lucky you're a pudding, lol.
Melina, thank you for the 2 months of 14 months. Thank you. Oh my god. Hmm? I'm in love with Soren. Not you. Say what? That's about what I thought. But Ellie, baby, weren't you running away with me so we could get married? You fucking dunce! I can't with this guy. As I said, you misunderstand. You said you'd help me escape. That's the only reason I ran away with you. This is not happening. I even shook off the police for you. And for what? That's it. We can't be together. My life is over. I'm gonna end it all. Dude, you say this every freaking time. Wait, back up. Did you say you shook off the police? Yeah, we had to. Because we're lovers on the lam. What? Sorry, Miss Wyatt, but can you maybe fill me in on what's going on? Tell the truth, I'm being pursued by the police as a murder suspect. How the... How? Hi, Batman. Welcome on an open... Guys, help me. I warned you to brace yourself, but that still wouldn't have saved you. This is not what I was expecting. Nope, nope, nope. Wow, rude. Not saving you? How dare you? Murder? They think you killed somebody? I happened to find a dead body at my reception. The suspicion fell onto me. Oh, it's not even Apollo this time, Melina. It's Phoenix. They had me confined in a separate room. And that's when Larry came along and helped me escape. I'm sorry, but what? Oh, Nick. Me and Ellie were going to elope. We were going to put it all on the line for true love. Dude, you are a hopeless romantic, I swear. Not that there's anything wrong with it necessarily, but you still have to be realistic. The police tried to stop us, so we had to scramble to shake them off. Where did it all go wrong? I feel a migraine coming on. Me too, buddy. Me too. Please help me. The police are sure to be intensifying their search. Look, it's even on TV. More news on the murder suspect and an identified man on the run from the police. Photo of the suspect, Miss Ellen Wyatt, has just been released by the police. Sources say that the 21-year-old is suspected of clubbing the victim. 25-year-old Thomas Bloomsbury, what a name, to death in the wedding reception hall after her banquet. The two fugitives are said to be highly agitated and dangerous. If you see them... You're kidding me. Oh, brother. Yeah, doom and gloom. Very funny. I guess this means we're technically harboring a pair of fugitives here, huh? Oh, Nick, what's the guy to do? You need to get your crap together, dude. At least don't be hardcore. You idiot! You weren't even dating! I'm the one who should be crying. Dude, we barely even started, and this is already a roller coaster. I haven't seen you in ages. Where have you been all this time? You mean you don't know? You've really got to stop living under a rock and get out more. What? Katie, I'm trying not to be angry because Tabby is in the background, and if I really let it out, it's gonna be very loud, and I don't want to hurt his ears. I'm the hippiest, hottest picture book author in the business. Loris... How do you pronounce that again? Donham? I think that's what it was.
Huh?
Hi, Vol. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Can't believe you didn't know that I'm taking the picture book world by storm. Dude, you need to lose the pipe and the glasses. They do not suit you. And the mustache, even. Birthday tomorrow? Well, happy early birthday! Heck yeah! Yeah, I thought that sounded familiar, Katie. And I was like, wait a minute, I'm pretty sure he did this before. Oh, but I know you. You're the one who wrote Franzie's Whippity Whip Trap, right? What the frick is that title? Now that you mention it, I think I did hear something about a one-hit wonder. One-hit wonder? What the heck, Nick? I'll have you know, I just created a brand new character to moderate acclaim. He's mildly popular with 18 to 24-year-old women everywhere. Oh, this guy. Look, you can see his cute self all over this jacket. Is that your drawing? Is this supposed to be a pig? I can't with this dude. What? That heart-shaped pork chop? Okay, I was right. It was a pig. He's not a pork chop. He's the main character of my latest picture book. A lovable little soul who pierces the hearts of lovers with his arrows of amour. You piglet. I'm done. I'm done. Nope. Nope. I hate this. I hate this so much. You can see this adorable fellow make his debut in You Piglet's Lovey-Dovey Lark. Oh, this hurts. In stores now. Sure, because I have never seen that book in stores now or ever. If you ever do see it, do me a favor and buy a copy or 10, will you? I thought you were taking the picture book world by storm. Anywho, you'll defend Ellie and Cora, right, buddy? Please, I'm begging you. I didn't murder anyone. I swear I'm as clean and pure as this pure white dress. No Cyclops. Guess that means she's telling the truth. But helping a fugitive on the run? What am I getting myself into? There's actually one more thing I really need to tell you. Oh? You might find this hard to believe, but the truth is, I'm a time traveler. Huh? I'm not sure I follow. After the wedding reception, I was attacked. I was moments away from my death. But then, in that instant, I made a wish upon this pendant around my neck. And I went back in time to just before the reception started. Only this time around, the man who was trying to kill me was already dead. And somehow I became the suspect for his murder. It's as if history had been rewritten. No, wait just a minute here. Wait just a minute, because I'm gonna hydrate. Oh boy. What's going on? Mr. Wright, there are police cars outside. And not just one or two, but a whole bunch. Oh no. Daddy, a whole squad of officers has the building surrounded. What? This is the police. There is no escape. Drop your weapons and come out with your hands up. Dave, what do we do? Heck if I know. I see a bunch of armed officers out there. 1, 2, 3... 44, 45. Oh, talk about overkill. Listen here, you criminals. Think about what you're putting your poor parents through. I'm sure this isn't how they raised you. Think about their smiling faces and their warm home-cooked meals. That's none of your business. Who the heck are you? Detective? Now hold on there. Hey, you can't go in there. It's too dangerous. Wait! Please tell me we're going to see come shoot again. Is everyone okay in here, Mr. Wright? Or is it even Edgeworth? Oh, it's Emma! Emma? I'm sorry for all the commotion. So, what in the world is going on? Well, I raced on over as soon as I heard that it was Mr. Butts who's holed himself up in here with the murder suspect after he made off with her. And the fleet of patrol cars? The police are being extra careful because apparently a certain somebody yelled out, "Stay back, I have a bomb." Larry! I'm sure you can guess who I'm talking about. Well, the police were being so persistent, I had to do something. So I tried bluffing. You idiot! You don't do that! You know, like you do in Coordinate. Larry. Larry. Just, no. Please leave me out of this. Well, Mr. Wright, I'm bringing this young lady in for questioning. So if you want to talk to her, or talk with her, you have to do it down at the detention center. Yeah, you're definitely right, Katie. I suppose I should thank you for your thoughtful gift of trouble and mayhem, Larry. Come on, Nick. We gotta get down to the detention center right away. Oh, excuse me, sorry, I keep burping. Listen, Larry, I haven't even decided whether I'm going to take on this case or not. But I know you will, because it's you. So I've got no choice but to tag along and help then. What? And skip out on me? You've only just started practicing your repertoire, you know. Huh? You better stay and practice with Trucy, Athena. A promise is a promise, after all. That's cold, boss. You gotta get me out of this. I can't take it anymore. Let's get practicing, Athena. Next up is some training for the water tank escape trick. Jesus Christ, Trucy. Stick your head in this bucket of water and hold your breath for 15 minutes? How does she expect anybody to do that? No! Stop, I'm begging you! And off she goes. She's getting away! You get back here, Athena! I guess the only person cut out to be Trucy's assistant is Apollo. Well, guess we better get to the detention center and ask Miss Wyatt some questions. Especially about that whole time-traveling business she was talking about. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh, it's you, Mr. Wright. Miss Wyatt, would you mind if I ask you a few questions? Nick is gonna defend you, Ellie. Isn't that great? Larry, I told you I haven't decided yet. What? What? Where'd you get the frying pan from? Lay down, lay down. Okay. You're not gonna take my case? I'm never gonna be happy. You went all Sailor Moon there for a second with that look. Miss Wyatt? What did do something wrong? Good grief, girl. Miss Wyatt, please, calm down. I'm innocent, I tell you. But the police won't believe me. And neither will anyone else. I'm gonna die all alone in the jail cell. Alright, I'll do it. I'll take your case. Just please stop crying. Really? You will? I thought Larry was the one who brought you to me. Had me a little worried, but you don't seem like a killer to me. That's right, yeah. The previous girls that he's been with have been murderers of some kind. Oh, thank you! Thanks, Nick. I knew you'd come through. I really have a choice? Guess not. In any case, it doesn't seem like Miss Wyatt killed anybody. Plus, it's not like I'm up to my ears in work at the moment. Miss Wyatt, Ellen, let's do this together. Thank you, Mr. Wright. There. It'll be okay. Now, try to pull yourself together. All right, just give me a moment. God. Keeping napkins in her veil, so to speak. Wow. I'm truly grateful to you for taking on my defense, Mr. Wright. Sure, no problem. Wow, she literally pulled herself together. Yeah, that was pretty impressive, not gonna lie. Ellen, please tell me everything you can about the incident. Alright. It happened after the wedding reception. Savage, how you doing, by the way? Welcome on in. Excuse me, Katie. No. I was attacked by Mr. Bloomsbury. Wasn't Bloomsbury the name of the victim in that news report? Maybe I should listen to what she has to say first, though, before I start asking questions. How dare that guy lay a hand on somebody else's blushing bride? What a creep! That's rich coming from you. Do you have any idea why he'd attack you? No, but... But what? Well, to tell the truth, Mr. Bloomsbury didn't seem very happy about me getting married. Nani? He's jealous much? A loser. Larry, shut up. Mr. Bloomsbury had forced me onto the Vista deck and was going to push me off. How frightening it all was. I was just about to lose my life on what should have been the happiest day of my life. That's why I made a wish upon this pendant. That pendant? Yes, it was a gift from my husband-to-be, Soren. He said it's a symbol of our love. Doing okay, still dealing with fatigue or headaches, but on the mend, I think. Well, that's good. Well, that sounds exciting, Savage. And so you made a wish on it? Now, you may think I'm about to say You may think that what I'm about to say is very strange, but... I begged the pendant. Please take me back to that blissful moment. And do you know what? It worked! It brought me back to just before the reception started. So that time-traveling thing you mentioned back at my office? I'm sorry, but I have to say, pretty unbelievable. Unbelievable? Oh god, not again. I knew you'd never believe me. Nick, Ellie here is an honest-to-goodness time traveler. Don't you believe in your own client? Imagine if that pendant sent her back in time before the creep could kill her. Sure, Larry, sure. It's really true, I tell you. This pendant is an important part of the time machine Sora made. I begged it for help, and it really did send me back in time. Static Eye, welcome on in, no Pertuma. She listening to herself? I even experienced the reception again, even though we'd already held it once before. And during it, everyone there acted as if nothing unusual was happening at all. Could you not cook while we're talking, please? How would you be cooking anyway when there's no stove? Alright, so when and how did you come under suspicion for murder? Well, after the reception ended, the second reception, I mean, I went back to the reception hall and started cleaning up the place by myself. Why? Hold on. Cleaning? Why were you cleaning on your own wedding? Exactly! Why would you be cleaning on your own wedding day? No! For my last task as a servant of the Sprocket household, I offered to take on the preparation and clean up the reception banquet. I see. I started to move one of the decorative lanterns in the room, but it was so heavy I lost control of it, causing it to topple over and break open. That's when I saw Mr. Bloomsbury's dead body inside the lantern. Huh. So, you simply happened to be the first to discover the body, right? That's right. I just came across it by accident. But I became confused and I didn't know what to do. That's when some of my in-laws saw me and jumped to the conclusion I had killed him. Hi Chips, welcome on in, hope you're doing well. This Bloomsbury guy tried to kill Ellen, then wound up dead himself after Ellen traveled back in time. A time machine and a magic pendant. How could any of this be possible? I mean, you say that, Phoenix, but you've got the Magatama, which could see through people's lies. It's not the first time that you've been dealing with magic. So, yeah, no. I mean, I guess some people would beg to differ that this is magic, but still. Alright, no biting. Stop it.
Huh?
Ellie, why don't you tell Nick about that other thing, too? About the shadowy figure you saw when you were being attacked. Think of his stream straight chips? Yes, good idea, Larry. Okay. So you and Larry here were never planning on getting married, right? That's right. We've only had a few brief interactions, so I can't say I know him at all. Hi, Tova. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Oh, Ellie. How can you say that? It's magic. You and me are bound by fate, I'm telling you. We're meant to be together. Uh-huh. What? Girl, your hair's gonna be a huge mess. The amount of times you've been, like, throwing a fit. You're wrong, Larry. Never been so right, baby. It's as plain as the goatee on my chin. Larry, don't make me send you to timeout. I think he needs more than a timeout, Phoenix. Yeah, doing alright, Tova. I'm glad you're well. What the heck? Now, can you tell me about the groom, Ellen? What's he like? Where did the iron come from? His name is Soren Sprocket. He's the most wonderful man. He's truly my destiny. Did you you say Soren Sprocket? As in... Okay, that's a cute face. That's right, the next president of Sprocket Aviation. Wait, he's in line to take over the company? He's nothing but a rich, spoiled brat. I'm clearly the better choice. Clearly. Jealous much? Larry, you and Soren are as different as night and day. There's no comparison. Ellie, you're breaking my achy breaky heart. Ha ha, so you did it there. She's marrying into money, huh? I can't believe Soren chose me. A simple house servant. He's my knight in shining armor. My prince. Oh, my Soren. I guess, oh, my Soren. Probably the better way of putting it. So what's the shadowy figure you saw, Ellen? It was when Mr. Gloomsbury was attacking me. Right after I made a wish upon this pendant, I started to pass out. But just then, just as I lost consciousness, I saw somebody strike Mr. Gloomsbury from behind. Oh. You did? Then that person must be the true culprit. Did you see who it was? I'm afraid not. Have you told anybody else about this? I told some of my in-laws, but nobody took me seriously. They said it was all just a dream. I can't exactly say I blame them. I mean, time travel? Larry, for my peace of mind, please tell me that figure wasn't you. Honestly, I was thinking the exact same thing. Of course it wasn't. Okay. Alright, the ads are about to start, so I'm going to pause here for a minute. Oh my god. We've only been playing for 40 minutes already, and it's already been a riot. Good lord. So what do you think, Serena? This is whack. This is just whack. I'm glad I'm not the only one who thought that upon initial play. I don't think... I'd be surprised if anybody else didn't have the same thought process about it. Now we're just finding side splitting. I'm glad you're getting a kick out of it. Oh, apparently the first Steam frame shipments have arrived in the United States. Ooh. A case with Larry is immediately crazy? I know, right? Ironically, case 1-1 wasn't too crazy, and 1-4 was crazy before he really got involved. Jeez. Alrighty then. Welcome back to Mads, everyone. Sorry about that. Thank you for your patience. Let's continue. I guess I've asked her all I can for now. Speak and span! Speak and span! Ellen? What are you doing? I want to make everything clean and beautiful for when Soren comes. I can't have my future hubby come into a dirty room now, can I? It must be spotless, just like this white dress. Speak and span! Speak and span! Let's hope we can wipe away all suspicion from you soon, too. Nick, we better get to the crime scene right away. What, you're coming too? Of course I am. I solved the crime and revealed the true killer with my super sleuth and skills. Ellie might change her mind about me, you know? Keep dreaming. You never get the message, do you, Larry? Next stop, the Morin Dog in Sprocket Park. Come on, Nick, let's go. Hey, RP, welcome on in. So this is Sprocket Park. But where's the reception hall? Reception hall? Oh, that's... Wow, looky there. Wait, what is it? I just spotted me a cute mamacita. Don't wait up, Nick. Hold on, where's the reception hall? Sorry, man. Or sorry, Nick. A man's gotta stop and smell the roses when they appear. So much for being in love with Ellen. I am an artist after all. Oh, miss! You! He was gonna take me to the crime scene. Oh well, I'm sure he'll come slinking back when he inevitably gets rejected. I'll just take a quick look around until then. Jeez. Wow, that airship is huge. Oops, didn't mean to say that out loud. I've only ever seen airships like this up in the sky. I gotta say, they're mighty impressive when you see them up close like this. Wow, a huge airship is more to just this skinny little tower. I know it's tied down and all, but it still looks like a good breeze could send it flying. I'll go. This bench hit that sign, huh? Hopefully it didn't hit a person too. That would be a catastrophe. I guess from now on, whenever I'm walking around outside, I better be on the lookout for unidentified flying furniture too. Jeez. Thing's really banged up. You looking at the sign? Or, you looking at the sign? No, wait. I guess it's not a young kid. It's just someone young. You looking at the sign? They say it got damaged by heavy winds yesterday. They just sent that bench flying into it. Well, that's what they're saying anyway. Let's see. Wind caused that? More like a tornado. The repair guy was saying, don't touch, it's dangerous. Let's see. Thanks for the heads up. Okay, it looks like it was a lot of work. Hey, sorry about that. I actually thought you'd be back sooner. Didn't work out, huh? Way off, man. I wasn't on my game today. Now that you're done, you mind telling me where the reception hall is already? What do you mean? It's right there in front of you. Huh? Right in front of... Wait. What's that say? Ryan Chapel? Do you mean to tell me... Yep, Ellie's reception was on that airship. Whoa! A sky-high reception hall? Yep, and that's where you'll find the crime scene. That's kind of sick, actually. Yeah, not only does the airship fly through the sky, but the space-time continuum, too. The happy couple's honeymoon got left far behind when it made that time skip, though. Here, check the airship out for yourself with this pamphlet. That's a cool idea for a recession? Yeah, that sounds really cool. By the way, my phone started vibrating. By the way, I figured you could use some backup, so I called in some help for you. You did? Yep. Should be here any minute now. Is it Edgeworth? Sounds like a motorbike. Never mind. That red sports car has to be Edgeworth. Larry, don't tell me you called... You know it, buddy. I trust you've been well, right? Wait, it was Maya? Surprise! Now a minute, that was a pretty good Mr. Edgeworth impression, wasn't it? Girl, what? Maya? What are you doing here? Larry called me up. He said something about it finally being time for him to tie the old knot. That's funny. I'm sure he mentioned something about being here with his bride. Maya, I know this is sudden, but please marry me. Dude, you're so freaking desperate for a relationship. My guy. You're just as bad as Johnny Bravo. Nick, what's Larry talking about? He was dumped by his bride. She wasn't even his bride. Well, by his imaginary bride, anyway. Oh, poor Larry. That's a new low even for him. But hey, imaginary girlfriend's never hurt anyone, right? More power to him. I don't know if you want to encourage him. This is Maya Fey. She's been abroad for her training as a spirit medium. But now that her training is over, she's back home here in the state. That's right. The new and improved Maya Fey is on the scene. Maya, you better not get arrested during this case. I swear to God, if you do, I will lose my mind. Spirit and girl power at the ready. Or even get trapped. Just please, for the love of God, stay out of trouble. Hey, look at you, Maya. All grown up and as cute as ever. You know what? I just realized something. If I ever got married, I'd miss out on all the fun of always meeting somebody new. You really are like Johnny Bravo. I see you haven't changed a bit, Larry. That Edgeworth? There he is. Edgeworth? I figured that car belonged to you. When did you become Maya's chauffeur? It's nothing like that. I just happened to run into her on route and her out. And by run into her, I mean she jumped out in front of my car. Nearly ran her down. Jesus Christ. This is Miles Edgeworth. He's a friend of mine, and the district's chief prosecutor. I heard he's been busy lately. So what brings you here? Wait, don't tell me Larry called you up too. He did. However, I have business on my own here at the crime scene. Business? What kind of business? Just so you know, right? I am the lead prosecutor on this case. What? You? Yes. It appears we'll be standing on opposite ends of the battlefield this time around. So I'll be up against Edgeworth tomorrow. But I don't get it, Edgeworth. What about this case warrants the personal attention of the district's chief prosecutor? It's a bit complicated, to say the least. In what way? Groom is a member of the Sprockets, family with immense influence. I just gonna mess with him. If his bride were to stand trial in court, it would sully the Sprocket name. They tried to apply some pressure on the prosecutor's office. Pressure to settle it amicably, right? What do you mean settle it amicably? It means that they're trying to sweep this whole thing under the rug. Wow, Sprocket Aviation really has that much clout? Yes, they have especially strong ties in both the political and the judicial worlds. To the point where no one dares to oppose them. Annabelle, hey Snaker, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Don't tell me that includes you. Don't be ridiculous, right? It's quite the opposite. The prosecutor's office is filled with cowards, as I found out. I realized one of my subordinates was loathed to prosecute a Sprocket. So that's why you decided to take on the case yourself, right? Right. I will personally see to it that justice is served. I always prosecute to the utmost of my abilities, regardless of who I'm up against. But that is a part of my creed. Nothing and no one can sway me from that. Not even the almighty Sprockets. Right. They think they can use their influence to bend the truth? They have another thing coming. You know, I almost feel sorry for them. They were only trying to protect their interests. But all they got instead was you. Edgy, come on, man. How can you prosecute my poor sweet Ellie? What kind of heartless jerk are you? I'm simply doing my job. And I'm warning you, right? I won't hold back, not for you or anyone else. Thanks for the warning, Your Righteousness. So, how's it going, Mr. Chief Prosecutor? Busy as always, I presume? Of course. Unlike somebody who has too few clients and too much time on his hands. Huh. That explains... I guess that explains why your brow is more furrowed than the last time I saw you. Maybe you should learn to relax a little, Edgeworth. Bruh. Nice try, right? But as always, I have no intention of showing anyone any mercy. Including you. As flexible as ever, I see. Besides, I think I've mellowed out a bit with age. So if anything, those furrows should have smoothed out a little as well. Honestly, Edgeworth, are you really that blind to yourself? Excuse me? He's really self-conscious about those lines, isn't he? Edgeworth, about this incident. Don't forget, right? I'm the prosecutor for this case. Need I remind you that I'm not in the habit of sharing information with my adversaries? No. I guess we are adversaries now. So, since it's Pride Month, we can't say, let me get this straight, you must use just so we are queer. Sophie, I swear. That's pretty good, actually. I'll give you that. And you, Larry. Me? I'd like you to come with me. You have a lot to answer for after that little stunt you pulled with the suspect. Edgy, we're old pals, aren't we? I think straight versus I think queerly? Oh my god. Personal appeals don't work on me, Larry. Come along. Nick, help me out here. Bye. Is it me, or is Mr. Edgeworth as relentless as ever? Yeah, I guess some things never change. So much for mellowing out. Well, Nick, we better hop to it then. Or hop to it too. Hop to what? Investigating the crime scene, of course. What else? It's been a long time since you and I teamed up like this. This is gonna be fun. Fun, huh? It has been a long time, though, since we were last together like this. Alright, to the crime scene then. Yeah, and away we go! Alrighty then. Oh, wow. Oh, is that the lantern that she was talking about? Damn. Okay, this is actually kind of cool. So this is the reception hall. According to the pamphlet, we're right here. Yikes, we're pretty high up. But at least we're indoors, so it doesn't seem so bad. Oh, look, Nick, it's Emma! Hey, Emma, over here! Mr. Wright, Maya, does this mean you've taken the case? Yeah, that's how things kind of turned out. So do you mind if we take a look around? And be my guest. We've pretty much wrapped up our investigation, so go right ahead. Now's a good chance to find out more about the case from Emma, too. Alright. Her? Edgeworth wouldn't tell us anything about this case. So do you think you could give us a rundown? Well, seeing as he's going to be prosecuting, I'd expect him to be tight-lipped about it. The incident occurred yesterday on September 20th. It happened after the wedding reception, which lasted from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. That's quite the late reception. Like, for it to start, anyway. 7 p.m. to 10 p.m.? Huh, got it. By the way, you didn't hear about any time traveling or anything, did you? Time traveling? What do you mean? Nothing. Forget it. That's pretty much the response I expected. The victim's name is Dumas Bloomsbury. He was a servant in a Sprocket family household. Ellen was a maid for that family as well, so that means two of them were co-workers? Yes, they apparently knew each other. Mr. Bloomsbury was the lead servant after all. He was very serious about his work, but he was also a very close and private man. So the other servants called him Mr. Doom and Gloom behind his back. God. We already figured out the pun earlier. Now they're just serving it to us. He was the lead servant. He must have been higher ranked than Ellen. What makes the police think Ellen killed this man and the guy who is essentially her boss? We don't know the defendant's motive. We don't know the defendant's motive yet. But the circumstances surrounding the discovery of the body don't bode well for her. God, Katie.
Here's your pun, made to order.
Ha ha! Thank you for the bits. And what circumstances are these exactly? Well, some of her in-laws saw what looked like the immediate aftermath of the murder. The suspect was standing in front of the body with a murder weapon still in her hands. But why would a wife who was just about to start a happy new life kill someone? Do the police have an explanation for that? Yeah, about that. They believe the victim attacked the suspect and was killed when she fought back. Why did he attack her to begin with? Well, a mere servant girl was going to suddenly be the wife of the future president. Mr. Bloomsbury must have been more than just a bit jealous of her. Did this Mr. Doom and Gloom attack Ellen first? But if she was only trying to protect herself, wouldn't that count as justified self-defense and on her part, Nick? It would. There's a good chance she'd be acquitted if we could prove that, but I wonder what Edgeworth will have up his sleeve to counter that claim. Wow, servant girl marrying the future president of such a huge company. It sounds like a modern-day fairy tale. It does, doesn't it? Hello there. Crimson, hi, welcome on in. Hope we're doing well. Thing is, not everyone was on board with their union, apparently. So what was a murder weapon, Emma? This clock with a secret mechanism built into it. It was on display here in the reception hall. The suspect was holding it when the murder was discovered. So the the victim was loved to death with this. That's funny. There's no blood on it as far as I can tell. Maybe it was wiped off in an attempt to tamper with the evidence? There was definitely a luminol reaction. And it matches up with the shape of the injury. So it's gotta be the murder weapon. What a funny looking clock. They call him the timekeeper. The idea is that it's a time machine. Every time the couple sees it, it will bring them back to the memory of their wedding day. Huh. Yeah, it was good, Crimson. It was good. Time machine, huh? Come to think of it, Ellen said her pendant was a part of a time machine. I wonder how the secret mechanism in this thing works. The suspect never had any family or relatives to depend on, so she was working on a live-in maid for the Sprocket family to support herself. So a maid with no family or fortune was set to marry the president's son, huh? I guess it's not surprising that ruffled a feather or two. Yes, apparently the groom's parents and all of his other relatives were strongly opposed. But that didn't stop the young couple from deciding to go ahead with their wedding. Yeah, absolutely, Crimson. Love flourishes in the face of adversity. Oh, is that how it works? Yep. If you ever have any questions about love, just ask me. I'm a qualified expert. I spent all of my spare time in Kauai watching soap operas on TV. Maya, don't rely on soap operas to learn about love. Please don't. I'm not sure that's enough to make you a qualified anything, Maya. Oh, and by the way, I heard the suspect faced her fair share of harassment too. And from the sound of it, it got pretty ugly for her. So even though this incident could cause a huge scandal for the company, it might be a boon for those who opposed their marriage to begin with. After all, with Ellen's arrest and everything, the marriage is most definitely off now. I didn't think that would do anything, but I thought I'd try. Trying to offer a snafu. I'm just seeing if she'll say anything. Maybe, Katie. There we go. Are you sure this is the murder weapon in this case? Positive. The shape of the victim's injuries and the shape of this clock are a perfect match. Let's see. I dare say that if somebody were to get knocked over the head with this thing, it's more likely to cut off their future than send them to the past. I can't disagree with you there. Let's examine. This is the sweetheart table where the bride and groom sit. Where they gorge themselves on the wedding feast, you mean? Or, where they gorge themselves on the wedding feast, you mean? I'd be too nervous to eat in front of a bunch of guests like this, though. They say that newlyweds are usually really busy during the reception, you know. That is true. I can confirm. They have to greet and talk with all the guests that came to give their blessing. Yep. They don't actually get all that much time to enjoy their dinner. Okay, that we didn't have. Thankfully, we did not have that kind of situation where we couldn't enjoy the dinner. We could. If anything, it was hard for us to eat any of the food after the dinner. like let's say cake or anything food that they offered, that was difficult to eat because we would be talking to everyone that was at the wedding, as well as going on the dance floor, people wanting to dance with you and all that kind of stuff. So it is partially true. But yeah, like getting married is absolutely, it's an amazing experience. Absolutely. Like, I mean, our wedding was absolutely amazing. But yeah, like you don't really have a whole lot of time to yourselves. And I will say, I'm so grateful for the guy that owned the place where we got married at, because he made sure that on a couple of occasions that we would have time to ourselves. So basically, before we went in to the reception, he was like, okay, I'm going to introduce you as Mr. and Mrs. So-and-so. But wait in this room here and spend a little bit of time together before, coming out as the bride and groom. And we were like, okay. So we got to talk for a few minutes, and that was really nice. He even commented, like, obviously you guys are not going to have a whole lot of time to spend together, so, make the most out of the time. And I was like, yeah, no, that's great. Yeah, like, I mean, unless you have a small, intimate wedding, then it's a little bit easier. But when you have, like, a decent or a big wedding, then, yeah, it's hard to get to everybody. So, yeah, it's quite something. We had, like, I think we just had a little over 60 people at our wedding. So it was pretty, yeah, like, not like a big fancy wedding or anything like that, but it was, like, it was decently big. But that's just because, like, we had, like, I have a lot of family members on my side, and we had a lot of friends we wanted there for the wedding as well, which many of them were traveling. Well, like 90% of our guests were from abroad. So, yeah, we were very lucky with the amount of people that came out to celebrate with us. That is for sure. But anyway. Aw, I wouldn't be able to stand that. I can't imagine having a huge feast right in front of me and not being able to eat it. I say brides tend to have an especially hard time because of the wedding dresses. Yeah, that's kind of true. You just need to make sure that you just have like a napkin on your dress. Or, if you're a bit of a sloppy eater, then just make sure that you're kind of leading into the table, I guess, if anything. With those tight corsets squeezing their waist, they can barely eat a bite. Yeah, that's one thing. If you have a corset dress, you need to make sure it's not too tight. Tight enough that it can hold you, but not tight enough that you can't breathe. Really? Sounds like wedding receptions are an absolute torture. I guess food still wins out over romance in my book. I mean, okay, fair enough. Thank you for the pets, by the way, Melina. Is that the Vista deck out there? Oh my god, that looks stunning! Could you imagine standing out there and just looking down on the world? Yo! I would eat up that scenery. I bet the view is amazing. I guess it must also kind of freak you out, huh, Ned? Yeah, kinda. Mostly because it's not surviving a fall from way up here. Okay, fair enough. This must be where the time machine was placed. That sounds like the time machine was like the, So Tabby and I don't keep on talking my wedding at the moment. That's just because it's topical, I guess. We had this boat that was crafted by my dad, and it was reminiscent of the boat in Tangled, because our wedding was Tangled themed. And we had that boat sitting on a table very much like this. And it had like flowers in it, and it had little lights and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I guess they had something similar here. I can't believe that such a beautiful memento was used for murder. It's just awful. Nick, we have to prove Ellen's innocence, no matter what it takes. I agree. Can't let this go down as the saddest flying wedding reception in history. I think that about does it for this area. Look at the horns on this flying bovine. It must be a bull. It seems he made it through the ceremony in one piece. By the look of those wheels, I bet he can be rolled around rather easily too. Yeah, I bet it would be quite a hassle if we had to lift and carry him everywhere. This is what the backside looks like. What's up by the bottom of his tail? A wheel handle? Oh. I get it. This way they can get inside to change the light bulbs. I think they left the wheel handle on the inside unpainted. Guess they figured nobody will see it, so why bother? Makes sense to cut costs where you can. Okay, the fact that you could open that makes me suspicious. So I have a funny feeling this is going to be crucial for later. Well, overall, I can't say I see anything strange about this thing. Really? You're not going to jot it down as evidence? I mean, okay, it's not... Clearly, it's not used, but... No, I would have jotted that down. A modern airplane. Perfect decoration for an airline company wedding. And a propeller plane like this lends the room a great old-timey feel. I'd love to see the Steel Samurai fly a plane like this. Can you picture it? Steel Samurai zipping through the clouds over Neo-Old Tokyo? If Rocket Aviation ever becomes a sponsor of the show, I can see it happening. Why didn't I think of that? I think I'll go suggest the idea to them later. Please at least wait until after the trial is over. It looks like a business card wallet. I wonder whose it is. The face looks awfully familiar. Yeah, it does. I guess I'll bring it to them later. Gee, I wonder why it looks familiar. Hot air balloon. Symbol of humanity's ambition to take to the skies. Kind of a romantic notion, don't you think? Yeah. But I just noticed that it doesn't seem to be tied up to the ceiling all that well. I'm sure it's fine. Just will let it fall on my head. Anything else before we go to the elephant in the room? Hi Dylan, welcome on in. Hope we're doing well. This must be the lantern the body was found in. Ellen managed to move it quite a ways. Looks like a cow. Pretty badly broken. It's not a cow, Nick. That's Pegasus, the flying horse. No way. No way. It's definitely a cow. It's got horns and everything. But look, it has wings. Cows don't have wings. So it's a Pegasus, I tell you. Oh, I know. The pamphlet should tell us. Let's see. Apparently, it's called a Pegamoo. I did not see that coming. Somehow, the name really captures the essence of what this creature is, you know? Oh, got an achievement for that. Wait, hold on a minute. What was that achievement? For looking into the true nature of ladders and step ladders. Oh my god. What an achievement. Huh, that's strange. What is? Well, this Pegamoo is definitely a male Pegable, right? Yeah, I'd say so. Well, with the horns and all. Okay, well, that Pegamoo over there is also a Pegable. take a look at the pamphlet. See? The one on the right says Pegabull, but the other one says Pegacow, female Pegamoo. Or the other one says Pegacow, a female Pegamoo. Right. The pamphlet goes on to say how they have Pegamoos for the happy couple. So for Ellen's ceremony, there should have been a male and a female pair of Pegamoos. But for some reason, there are two males here. It's a gay wedding! How fitting for Pride Month. Maybe somebody made a mistake when they were setting up the room. Or, oh, that was Maya. Maybe somebody made a mistake when they were setting up the room? Hard to believe a fancy place like this would make that kind of blunder, though. In any case, we better check this thing out. Okay. Here. This comes from the lantern? Yeah, covered in blood. Maybe it got on there when the killer was putting the body in the lantern? Can you imagine going to open a door and finding the knob covered with blood? That'd be bloody awful to say the least. Huh. Hey, what's this? Grab Ellen when convenient, then send her off from the Vista deck. Let me take a look. Grab Ellen when convenient and send her off from the Vista deck. It's like a note outlining the murder plot. Whoever wrote it has better handwriting than me, but it looks like they wrote it in a rush. Hey Horizon, welcome on in. It's been a riot so far. Why do you say that? Because the writing is all smudged starting from the middle of each line. That happens when a right-handed person with a slight hook writes in a hurry. I do it sometimes myself when I'm not paying attention to where my hand is on the page. I'll take your word on that, Miss Bad Handwriting Expert. Hey, even I don't smudge my handwriting this badly. Alright. Let's get back to the note. That note was apparently written by the victim. Why would he feel the need to write instructions to himself like this? Are you sure the victim wrote it? I sometimes write a note to myself before I go shopping. Potatoes, carrots, onions, flour. Maya, are you craving curry rice or something? Whoops. So Emma, where's this Vista deck the note mentions? You saw it just a moment ago. It's that heliport you see right outside the window over there. You plan on pushing Ellen off from there? What a monster. Oh, really, Crimson? Oh, no. This is where the body was found. The first person to find it was Ellen. Emma, what can you tell me about the condition of the body when it was found? Let's see. The victim was apparently hit on the back of the head. Here's a photo of the scene as we found it. What do you think this is, Maya? It looks like a flower petal to me. What an unusual shape for a flower petal. Do you suppose it's from one of the flowers here in the reception hall? No, I don't see a single flower like this at any of the tables. And a mistake! I wonder where it came from. I guess that about does it for the lantern. Okay. Still more to the room, so let's look around. Particularly interested in here. Pointless. Wonder what this partition is for. I imagine people like reception staff or entertainers use it. Probably right behind it when they're on standby. Let's see. The partition is signed. I bet they could even fit an elephant back there. Not that anyone sane would. Fog machine. Wonder if they use it during the reception. Ooh. Hey, Nick, go stand over there for a sec. Why? Just because. Now go. All right. I have a bad feeling about this. Fogmaster 9000. On. Maya, no. Huh? Aw, nothing happened. Looks like it won't work without some dry ice. Darn it. All I wanted to do was surround you in a thick cloud of smoke. Interesting. Well, guess that just about does it for the crime scene. Hey, Nick. I want to see the rest of the airship. We might as well, since we're here. True. We might even run into some of the other people involved in the case. Hello? Nick? How long has that guy been standing there? I didn't even notice him until just now. Excuse me. Are you with Sprocket Aviation? Huh? Yeah, exactly. Huh? Nick, you wrote something on that paper airplane. Dude, that was more effort than you needed to. Guess we're supposed to read it then? Let's see here. Get out, intruders. Well, that was a rather cold welcome. Mr. Wright, Maya, meet the lone son of the president of Sprocket Aviation, Soren Sprocket. Or to put it another way, the future president of Sprocket Aviation. He's Ellen's fiance? What the? Huh? Oh, there he goes. He's kind of an eccentric. I hear he's the genius inventor behind many of Sprocket Aviation's business successes. Meow. An inventor, huh? Yep. He even designed this airship. That's pretty impressive. Nick, this is no time to be standing around gawking. We have to go after him. We need to ask him some questions about Ellen. Oh, right. Looked like he was heading outside. Okay. What, to the mooring dock? That's true, Melina. Yeah. Yeah. There he is. Excuse me, could we talk to you? Excuse me. Do you mind if I ask you what you're doing? He sure is riding up a storm. It is possible. There's an enormous change in matter. Wait, what? Practically matter can retain the storm even if the possibility of present. Let's just see what he has to say about Ellen. Very autism coded. Yeah, kinda. Excuse me, but we'll be representing Ellen in court tomorrow. So, could we ask you about the case? Ow! What the? Not interested? Not interested? How can you say something like that? This is about your fiancée. She's under arrest, you know. Oh my god, my dude. Please. The diameter of the airship is approximately the amount of energy necessary to move matter I can read all this. He's off in his own little world. I can't believe he said he was not interested in talking about his own bride's arrest. Psychologists, historians, and researchers suggest DiCaprio? Yes. Leonardo da Vinci may have been neurodivergent, exhibiting overlapping traits of autism spectrum disorder and attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Interesting. We'll just have to talk on his level then with something he might be interested in. Okay, well... What are you showing me that for? Mr. Sprocket. Can't read him at all. Not even with an item as loaded with sentiments as this. So, would you take a look at this? Is that Ellen's? Yeah, he definitely seems to be on the spectrum, as far as I can, at least first impressions anyway. It's so weird how sometimes you can tell very quickly whether someone's on the spectrum or not. I mean, obviously you shouldn't assume, but sometimes I feel like it's easy to tell, depending on the, depending on what traits they're showing, basically. Now, I don't know whether people will agree with me on that one. If you don't, then, okay, fair enough, maybe I'm wrong. But that's just what I think, anyway. Ellen told us that she traveled through time during the incident. She said it happened after she made a wish on this pendant. Okay, James, take care. You mean to say you two are Ellen's lawyers? Yes. I just told you that a minute ago. I wonder how easily people could tell I am too. No idea. I'm not sure if people could, like, okay. I've said this quite a few times in the past that I definitely think that I have ADHD and or autism. I definitely think I have one or both of those things. And I know that some people have said they think the same thing about me. But I wonder, like, if people pick it up straight away, or if it's like only after a while they kind of started to pick it up. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. Sorry, I was just lost in thought. There's loads of us that don't know it yet. True. I mean, it's only in recent times we've gotten more research done on autism and ADHD and whatnot. Especially considering the fact that it was so highly researched upon boys and not so much girls. And they're only now starting to do more research on that, and it still has a long way to go in regards to that. There's still so much that we don't know. But I'm glad that there's more research that's been done already. So therefore, it's given people more of a chance to learn about themselves and potentially get diagnosed or just learn about themselves and a little bit better. Because, like, as I mentioned recently, we never stop growing, we never stop learning. We end up learning more about ourselves as time goes on. And the same thing can happen, like, where you could find out that you have like a mental disorder. I don't want to put it that way, but I mean, yeah. But if you have like depression, anxiety, or anything like that, same with like autism or ADHD, or like any other underlying issues that people might have, you just end up learning with time. If you're willing to learn about it anyway. So yeah, it's oof. But yeah, like some people might say like, oh, like seems like everybody's got is on the spectrum now. Well, that's because there's more research being done. So therefore, people are seeing more of themselves when they research into the traits that have been discovered. And that's why more and more people are starting to get diagnosed about it. Yeah, exactly. More awareness. Same with mental health, honestly. Like it's only like in the last um it's only in the last few years, I'd say, or in, I don't know if I want to say the last decade, but mental health has only started to become more of a thing that people get concerned about now. Whereas before you were kind of told to just suck it up. I mean, it's still a thing now, but mental health is definitely um not as frowned upon now. Like people are definitely looking after themselves a little bit more mentally and emotionally. And other people are being a little bit more considerate about it. At least that's what I think anyway. Um, that's what I'm that's what I feel like is the case. Um, so yeah, no, I'm just glad that people are starting to be a little bit more aware of this kind of thing because it helps us to grow as people, but it also helps us to be more empathetic to other people as well. Um, it's funny. Sorry, I know I'm going on a tangent right now. I was on Sephora's stream earlier, and she was talking about like mental health and all that kind of stuff. And I can't remember how it came to how I came up with this, but I basically said that um watching or playing media of some kind that gets you emotional, I feel like it's quite cathartic because it helps you process maybe certain emotions that maybe you suppressed in the past, or maybe um yeah, I don't know, or like maybe it's just one of the few ways that you can cry, and maybe you can't all the time. So that could be one thing, but also, especially like as I said, mental health has been brought up more in recent years, and media like movies and games are starting to talk about it now as well, which I think is great. And I find that I found that ever since I got diagnosed with depression, I've been more keen in learning about mental health. Anytime when it's brought up in media, I get excited because I want to learn more about it. I want to understand it better. Not only to understand myself better, but to understand others. It makes things so much easier. It helps me to, I feel like it's a good way to help you be empathetic to other people. Um, because you could like if you don't consume this kind of media, you could easily get so caught up in your own emotions and your own thoughts. And I feel like media does help you to become empathetic because you start to understand other people's um character traits, or the way that people think, I definitely think it's helped me anyway, because then I may not fully understand what people are going through or what they're thinking, but if I've heard it in a form of media of some kind, I can at least kind of put the pieces together for the puzzle to maybe understand what they're going through. Um, like I might get a partial idea in terms of what they're feeling or what they're thinking or whatever. Like I said, I won't have the full picture, but it gives me an idea. And that's why I'm very appreciative of media. Like, whether it's animation, video games, music, whatever it is. As I said, it's very cathartic. It really helps you out, I think. Um, so yeah. Don't diss media. That's all I'm gonna say. People have said that um, that video games or like movies or whatever, um, they people have complained about it in the past, and I'm just like, no, it's a way of storytelling, but it also helps you to relate to certain characters. Like that's why people have a favorite character in a film or a video game, because maybe they could relate to them, or maybe it's like they want to be like the character. They inspire people. Um, so you could learn a lot from movies or video games or anything like that. So anyone that said that video games are bad for you or anything like that, that's a load of bull. That's a load of bull. Thank you for the hydrate there, Static. Appreciate it. Um, English used to sweep mental health under the rug as it was seen as a weakness in a person. Emotions were for being kept behind closed doors. Certainly because of the Victorian age. I think today it's much more understood and helps with so many things. Exactly, Melina, exactly. In moderation. Yes, of course. In moderation, yes. You shouldn't consume yourself in that kind of stuff all the time. You need to have a fair balance, of course. Because like if you're just sitting indoors, like playing video games all day, every day, then okay, that's not the healthiest way. You definitely need to, change things up and whatnot. But I'm just saying that overall, media is not a bad thing. You can learn a lot from it, as well as learning what you can, as well as learning in the outside world. Like you can learn from so many things in your life. Um, so like you don't. It's like when people saying about reading books and whatnot. Like you don't just learn from books; you can learn from other things as well. So it just all depends, and everyone has their preferences on how they learn as well. So you just got to go with what you think works best for you. Some people are more visual. Some people are more um literate, I guess, and some people have to be shown how to do it, or whatever. There's so like yeah, everyone's brains are so complicated, honestly. So it's yeah, it's you just have to figure it out for yourself and just figure out what works best for you. um Yeah, sorry. I know I went on a complete tangent there, but I got really into the conversation, and I know the ads are about to start, so I guess we'll just talk a little bit longer. Um, can confirm Metal Gear Solid even has a learn from your past moment. Oh, really? Interesting. I never played Metal Gear, so I have no idea. Brains are confused. They really are static. They really are. I definitely, as I've gotten older, I've realized that brains are very complex. Like emotions are complex. They're not. I've learned, I think when I was a teenager, that nothing is ever in black and white. Like, you'd like it to be in black and white, but it's just not possible. There's always a gray area, no matter what it is. Even if it seems like it's in black and white, there's always a gray area of some kind. So, I'm more so visual or auditorial. For me, I'm more of a visual learner, so I'd rather be shown what to do. If it's auditorial, it's not the greatest for me. Sometimes it does work, but it depends on what it is. I have to make sure that I fully understand for me to be able to take in the information. But the problem is that a lot of the time, auditorial instructions kind of go over my head. I'll always forget like something along the way, and it can be very, very annoying. So if I have a visual representation of what to do, it's a lot easier for me to figure out what to do. I've also learned the more you know, the more you realize you don't know. True, true. I'm visual too. I also think in images. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, but yeah, it's yeah, life be crazy. Life can be very complex. But like um we all have something complex in our life in some way, shape, or form. So we're really not alone in that regard. Um, and as long as you can figure things out, um, whether it's by yourself or even if you have support, that can really go a long way as well. That's why I try to learn a bit of everything however I can. Yeah, that's fair, Static. The curse of that is knowing things that you wish you didn't know. That's true, Savage. Yeah, that's true. That is very true. I'm I hate it when I'm taught something. I have to ask 100 questions on the ins and outs to understand it. Oh, I see, Dylan. Gotcha. I don't blame you for having to do that though. But I guess I can understand why people might get a little bit frustrated, but I mean that's not your fault at the end of the day. That's just you trying to be 100% sure about what it is that you're dealing with. So yeah, I can understand that. And welcome back from Mads, everyone. Sorry about that. And also, again, thank you for listening to the tangent. I do apologize. I did not mean to end up on this tangent. But like I said, I love talking about mental health. It's like one of my favorite topics, and I love to learn about it. So yeah, and of course, like learning about autism and ADHD as well. That's where it originally started. Um, I'm learning a lot about it now. I still have a long way to go. But I love topics like this. I love learning about it, and I love discussing it with other people to see what other people think as well. So yeah. Anyway, uh, oh, we were just talking about like we were talking about being on the spectrum, and then it just kind of went into mental health and all sorts of stuff. I'm visual in a lot of things, but I find when learning music, I prefer to go by ear first and consult sheet music if necessary. Oh, interesting, Savage. Interesting. Okay, that's fair enough. But anyway, let's get back to the game. He wasn't even listening? Oh boy. It's not at all what I expected, based on Ellen's gushing testimonial anyway. We'd like to ask you about Ellen's case, if you don't mind. I don't know a thing about it, so why don't you go ask the police? In other words, not interested. This guy is the worst! Now I feel sorry for poor Ellen. In that case, could I ask you about how Ellen traveled through time? Go on. That got your attention? So, is time travel really even possible? Yes, it is possible. Alrighty then. At the same time, it is also impossible. The pendant I gave Ellen is not supposed to operate as a time machine by itself. What do you mean? The timekeeper, that clock we had displayed on the reception hall, that is the body of the time machine. The pendant is simply a part. That clock was a murder weapon, wasn't it? But it's a time machine. But it's a time machine too? What Ellen experienced, or what did Ellen... Blech. Bernie, hi, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. What Ellen experienced is akin to traveling down a road by car. Physically and metaphysically, it should be impossible. Unless, maybe the quantum system inside. What it be? We're losing him again. Maybe we better ask him some more about the time machine. So you've been researching time travel, have you? Moving through the space-time continuum would be man's ultimate means of travel. Time travel is a mode of transportation? Since the dawn of time, man has developed multifarious methods of transportation. Horses, steam engines, gas engines, airplanes, spaceships. They're all fundamentally similar in that they constitute three-dimensional movement. Travel through the space-time continuum would shift mankind into a new paradigm? I have no idea what that word is. Paradigm? Thank you. I don't know why, Nick, but I'm getting awfully sleepy all of a sudden. I will be too. Generations, rocket aviation has advanced the development of transportation. Therefore, it's only natural that I would research time travel as man's next great leap. Oh, is he done? Why does all that stuff he was saying mean, Nick? Well, basically, it's like taking a hamburger joint and adding a drive-thru to it, I guess. Oh, I get it. It's the same burger, but with a quicker and more efficient delivery system. So what Soren really wants to do is launch humanity into the future. launch, not lunch. Doing good, just woke up. How's the case going? It's been a riot so far. It's been quite something. I hope you had some good rest. A paradigm shift is a fundamental change in the basic concepts, practices, or underlying worldview of a discipline or society. It happens when the usual way of thinking about or doing something in it is entirely replaced by a new and different approach. See, okay. Do you really believe that time travel is possible? Put simply, Bernie, the butt struck. It only becomes truly impossible when man stops daring to believe. Besides, time travelers do exist, you know. But you wouldn't understand. Did you hear that, Nick? Time travelers really do exist. All I know is Soren isn't the easiest guy to wrap your head around. I don't know. I don't like the way he talks. Full of hope for the future. He's more passionate than I thought, too. When it comes to inventions, anyway. Yeah, his apparent lack of concern for Ellen is troubling, though. If he's on the spectrum, then, yeah, maybe his way of expressing himself is not what you think, Nick. So I hear that the rest of the Sprocket family was opposed to your marriage. What are your thoughts on that? Master Sword? Hello. It is time for the meeting on next term's project. This? Daydreaming about your inventions again? You are the future president. You must consider the business side, too. It is I found Soren. Send the car over at once. I'm not interested. Oh, Master Soren, you do give me quite the headache at times. In any case, your attendant is waiting. Please go to him now. Excuse me, but who are you? Oh, where are my manners? My name is Pierce Nichoti? Okay. Please call me Pierce. I am the Sprocket family butler. Nick, a butler? I didn't know they actually still existed. I thought they were just on TV and stuff. And who might you be, if you don't mind my asking? Nikodai? Thank you. Oh, I'm Phoenix Wright, Ellen Wyatt's lawyer. And I'm his assistant, Maya Fey. I'm a spirit medium. Oh, so it is you. I am most grateful to you for taking on Miss Ellen's defense. You have my sincerest thanks. Don't mention it. So, hey, speaking of the case... Oh, one moment, please. Why do I get the feeling that he's not as good as he's acting right now? Oh, what a beautiful pocket watch! Oh, this? It's just a bit of a good luck charm. Could be worse, could be ricochet. Oh my god, Melina. One expensive good luck charm. But I guess it makes sense, knowing the time is pretty important to his line of work. So I guess that pocket watch is as important to him as my attorney's badge is to me. There is a little time before I must attend to Master Soren again. Why not come to Sprocket Manor? Huh? You mean to Soren's home? As a token of appreciation for taking on Miss Ellen's defense, I would like to serve you some delicious tea and refreshments. Oh boy, Nick, a fancy high society tea party! With high-class snacks and everything! What about the investigation? Are you kidding? What better place to investigate next than Soren's house? I don't know. Do you really think his house is going to give us any new leads? Of course it will. I say we take the butler up on his kind offer and go to Soren's place. Alright, you win. Very good. The sprocket banner then. Maya, please, you just want snacks. You know what?
You right.
This place does not disappoint. I'm so excited. Whoa, slow down, Maya. The mansion isn't going anywhere. Now then, we won't have to worry about anyone untoward eavesdropping here. Oi. Hi, Sashi. Welcome on in. I take it you wanted to ask me some questions? Huh? That's why you invited us here? I am sorry to have tricked you like this, but this is a murder after all. I couldn't talk openly about it in public and risk sullying the Sprocket family's reputation. Oh, and I was really looking forward to all those fancy snacks too. There, Maya. Don't cry. Oi, not a thing. Stop it. This guy is one shrewd man. Hey, Nick, look at that cute vintage radio. Radio? Oh, that thing over there under the stuffed bull's head. I'm gonna take a closer look. Thought I told you to settle down. Sorry. Not to worry. Wow, that little mech fixed it right up. Give it a hydrate. No, it's not a thing. I am not only the butler, but I'm also Sprocket Aviation's repair department director. One might say that patching things up is my specialty. It's incredible! What is that little doohickey on your shoulder anyway? It's my fixer-upper shoulder mech. Master Sora made it for me. There's too many features and functions to effectively enumerate at the moment, though. It's so cool! I wish I had one of those. Fixing things is a simple matter, but fixing people is a different matter. Even a skilled physician can't bring back the dead. Oh, but forgive me. I seem to have gotten sidetracked. You must be in shock over Mr. Bloomsbury's death. Still, I do need to ask you some questions about the case. Oi, stop it! I should take a look around and see what I can find out while I'm here too. Let's talk to him first. About the incident Miss Ellen was arrested for. Do you think she did it? Well, I can't prove it yet, but no. I don't think she could have done it. I guess you could call it that feeling. I see. I guess we have different opinions then. Do we now? The prosecution says that when Bloomsbury attacked Miss Ellen, she fought back and ended up killing him. I agree with this perspective. Or rather, that is the consensus of the entire Sprocket family. Even so, I heard an interesting story from Chief Prosecutor Redgeworth. I heard that the Sprocket family have tried to pressure the prosecutor's office into burying this case. I fear you are mistaken. All we sought was merely a legal consultation. Besides, none of it matters now, as she is no longer a part of this family. Fortunately for us, they had yet to get their marriage license before holding the banquet. So basically, once they realized they couldn't sway the prosecution, they cut her loose. I realized how callous? I must. Huh? Callous? Okay. I realize how callous I must sound. My duty is to protect the Sprocket family, and more specifically, Sprocket Aviation's future and Master Soren, whose genius is essential to the company. See you later. Alright, that's Tabby heading out to work. I would do anything to achieve that goal. That is my job as the Sprocket family butler. You know, I think Pierce and Mr. Edgeworth would get along really well, don't you think? Yeah, I could easily picture Edgeworth with a butler. Oh, and by the way, I suppose I should tell you about this as well. It's about when the members of the extended family and I discovered the crime. Did Ellen say anything to you about traveling through time? She must have been delirious. There is no need to take such a claim seriously. Soren himself said that time travel was possible, though. Master Soren said that? It sounds like he is still stuck in the past. Psychologically stuck, I take it. Excuse me. What is this? See. I believe I told you the madam will be having milk tea. Still, have lemon slices at the ready, just in case. We must not disappoint her, understand? You sure are busy. On the day's work. Still, we really do need Master Soren to start focusing on the business side of things soon. Could you tell us about that thing you mentioned about Soren's past? There is something in Master Soren's past that he wishes he could change. Please forgive me. This isn't something I should be sharing with strangers. Now I really want to know what Soren's still hung up on. It was sometime after the reception. Some of the Master's relatives and I went to clean up the reception hall. And that is when we saw it. A woman standing in front of the victim with the bloody murder weapon in her hand. It was none other than Miss Ellen. But Pierce, it wasn't what it looked like. That's right, she just happened to find the body. I do not know what Miss Ellen has told you, but what we witnessed was unmistakably the moment immediately after the deed had been committed. And that is what I told the police, who came in response to my call. I see. So Pierce was the one who reported it to the police, huh? Nick! Look at that airplane propeller up there going round and round! Maybe they got an aviation theme going on. Makes sense for an airline family. I wonder if it doubles as a fan. Oh, what if the rest of the plane were on the other side of that wall? And the wall would open up so that the plane could take off in an emergency. could that be? If that's what's behind the propeller wall, then what's behind the bull wall across the way? Oh, I know. Maybe it's the rest of oh, I know. Maybe it's the rest of him. That must be where the sprockets get their milk. Nick. First of all, that's a beef cow. And second, bulls don't make milk. Oh, right. That's what I get for trying to play along. Gold star, if you tried. Now here's a real lady. Ooh. She looks smart as a whip, doesn't she? I wonder who she is. Or we didn't see her on the airship. That is Selena Sprocket, Thorin's elder sister. Beautiful and capable, she was a great lady. Thorin's sister? I see the resemblance. I'll show Pierce's photo later and ask him about her. Fine. Oh, are those pictures of the wedding reception? Yes, I took them with my trusty camera here. Do you want to have a look at that photo? Be my guest. Take as long of a look as you'd like. Both of them don't look happy at all. I don't know if that's like just resting bitch face for both of them, or if they just genuinely were not happy. Well, what do you think of this gorgeous dreamscape? Thick fog billows across the room, making it look as if the couple were walking on clouds. Wow, look at how beautiful Ellen is here. She looks a little nervous, though. She does, doesn't she? Hey, look, there's Pierce. Really? Where? Right there behind the sweetheart table. Oh, yeah. Hey, you're right. I bet he was there attending to the happy couple the whole dinner. So what do you think, Nick? Does anything in this photo stick out at you? No, not at the moment anyway. No, but that's gonna be crucial. Hey, Nick, if Ellen really didn't travel back in time, do you think this photo is of the second reception? You know, after the time jump? I wonder. Excuse me, sir? Yes, can I help you? Ellen told us she traveled back in time. Would you happen to know anything about that? Oh, no, I haven't the foggiest idea what you're talking about. Kind of faster than a clam. Excuse me, but there's a card here on the floor. Well, look at that. It's a Flying Chapel key card. Flying Chapel? What areas on the Flying Chapel require a key card, if I may ask? Mostly areas we want to keep the public out of, such as the staff room and the hold, which is chock full of machinery. So you can't enter those areas without a key card? Right? This one here belongs to Ellen. Wait, what's Ellen's key card doing here? Did Ellen come back here after the incident occurred? Well, I don't believe so, and she was arrested by the police straight away this morning. Although, there was a strange man with a gaudy jacket in here earlier. Was that man wearing a beret by any chance? Yes, he was, as a matter of fact. He was also wearing sunglasses and a fake mustache. Oh, for God's sake, Larry! I knew it. The only question is, what was he doing here? Oh, it's the bridal bouquet. Nick, how about I throw it and you try to catch it? Why me? Just because. I think you look hilarious laying around trying to grab it. Doesn't tradition dictate that it's the ladies that go after the bouquet? Who cares? Just catch it. Ow! Hey, you threw that right in my face! Oh, you don't want to catch that bouquet, trust me. Well, why not? They say it's bad luck to catch the bouquet of a marriage that doesn't last. But I already caught it. Whoops, too late now, huh, Nick? Well... Don't you dare touch that radio again. Looks like an expensive antique. What are you worried about? If it breaks again, Pierce will just fix it up again. I really hope he's nice enough to waive the repair bill. A bull. Come to think of it, there was a bull logo on the side of the Flying Chapel too. The president of the company must have a thing for cattle. The bull is a symbol of Sprocket Aviation. To be as strong and steady as a bull. That's the company creed, you know. Probably for all the backbreaking labor they put their employees through. Oh, by the way, that bull logo on the Flying Chapel, the one with the rainbow wings, his name is Rainy the Rainbow. Get it? I get it. He's a rainbow-colored bull, so he's a rainbow, right? What a memorable name, huh, Nick? Yeah, for the lameness of the pun. Is there anything else? I don't see anything else that needs attention. Yeah, I think we covered everything. Okay, you want to show him anything? This incident has severely damaged the company's reputation. I expect reservations for weddings on the Flying Chapel will face an unfortunate decline. Pierce, you just lost a subordinate. Yet all you can think about is the business? I am not made of stone, I assure you. But if the company were to go under because of this incident, countless employees would lose their jobs. I see. To be honest, I wish we could have hidden this tragedy from the public. Now that it's going to a trial, I suppose there's nothing to be done about it. The fate of the company depends on this trial. It's more than I bargained for. Pierce, the woman in this photo is Soren's older sister, Selena, right? I don't think we've met her yet. Yes, about that. Seems hesitant all of a sudden. If you wouldn't mind, could you tell us about her? All right. Very well. She's a big part of Master Sword's past, after all. Oh. Oh, is she dead or something? Soren's past? Master Soren will become the next president of Sprocket Aviation. However, that wasn't always so. Miss Selena Sprocket, Master Soren's elder sister, was next in line. So why isn't she becoming the next president? Because she died. In a car accident. Yeah, I had a feeling. What? I had no idea. Actually, Master Soren was also in the car with her at the time of the accident. Is that why he's quiet? Losing the sister he loved right before his eyes devastated him. Yeah. That's why he's quiet. Ever since then, he has buried himself in his research on time machines. Oh, that's why he's all about time machines. So I guess he wants to go back in time and save her. That's amazing. He also became a quiet and meticulous, almost compulsive note-taker around then. seems so stiff and robotic. I had no idea he was carrying all that around inside him. Soren has abandoned the company business and spends all this time on inventions. As a family butler, I am truly concerned. I believe it is high time he let go of the past. Hi, Epsom. Welcome on in. Is that Larry? Hey, Nick, what are you doing here? Yep. Larry? Oh, man, Edgy gave me a heck of a hard time. Larry, what are you doing here? Came to promote my new character. But Piglet, we don't need this again. I was hoping Sprocket Aviation would do some kind of tie-in with me for it. Wow, I didn't know Larry was such an aggressive businessman. You could learn a thing or two from him, Nick. Why don't you promote your agency to them? Now's not exactly the time for that, in case you haven't noticed. See, and this is why you'll never be rich. Actually, Larry, I'm meaning to ask you something. You were there on the Flying Chapel yesterday, right? Oh? Was I? What were you doing there? Nothing. Whatever it was, I bet it wasn't anything to be proud of. But never mind that. Did you see anything that had to do with the case? Scratch that. Let's start with, you weren't involved in this case, were you? Uh-oh. Larry? Hey, he took off! Just knew it. When something smells, it's usually the butts. Come on, Maya. After him. Oh, you leaving so soon? You have to run. Thank you for making time for us. I know you have to investigate, but please try to spare the family's feelings as you do. Yes, of course. Larry, you get your butt back here. We go back to the dock. Yeah. There he is. Hey, Larry. Hey there, friend. Fancy meeting you here. There's nothing fancy about it. All we did was follow you. Tell me, Larry, why did you run away like that? Huh? Me? I don't know what you're talking about. Bolt of inspiration for my new picture book hit me and I had to run is all. It was like a epiphany. It did. Epiphany? Really? Right. He's just gonna keep on playing dumb, isn't he, Nick? Come on, Larry. I know you were on that airship, so what did you see? I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything because I was never on that stupid airship. There it is. Waiting for these to come up. Cyclops. Say something? The spiritual power of this Magatama allows me to see these mystical locks that appear when someone is trying to hide something from me. They're called Cyclops. When I see them, yeah, okay, we know what to do. If I can unlock them, I'm sure to finally get a straight answer out of them.
Take that!
Oh, Larry. Hi, Fox. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. This is no time for games, Larry. I will find out what you're hiding. I'm telling you, Nick, you've got it all wrong. I've got nothing to do with this case whatsoever. Come on, Larry. Even a baby could see through such a blatant and obvious lie. Nothing whatsoever, huh? If you weren't involved, Larry, then you wouldn't have been involved with this person.
Take that!
You're the one who brought Ellen to my office in the first place. Thank you for shouting out Fox, by the way. Guys, if you haven't followed Fox, what are you doing? He's one of my best friends, absolutely lovely bean, and is also the creator of the Adventures of the Fox and the Fedora, an award-winning audio drama series. So, you know, he's totally cool. You need to go check him out. And all those cops. Ugh. Nothing to do with the case whatsoever isn't going to cut it this time, Larry. If you have to lie, at least do a better job of it. Don't diss me, Nick. You're so convinced I'm lying that let me ask you this. What makes you think I was on that stupid old airship anyway? Let me see some proof if you got any. Doubling down, are you? Fine. You want proof, Larry? Here's proof that you were on the airship.
Take that!
Uh-oh. This is your business card wallet, isn't it, Larry? I found it in the reception hall. Time to come clean, Larry Butts. What exactly are you hiding? What? Alright, fine, you got me. I'll tell you everything. Larry. Larry, what were you doing on that airship anyway? Well, I went there to deliver the welcome to our wedding sign they ordered from me. Huh. I didn't know you took on real jobs like that too. Well, for your information, my wedding welcome signs are very popular on the net. Uh-huh. And that's how you met Ellen? Uh-huh. I mean, I'd seen her in the photo for the welcome sign, but seeing her in person? The way she smiled at me and said thank you? Ugh. Felt like I'd been hit by lightning. I feel like you think about that with every woman you run into. But that's when you fell in love with somebody else's bride, huh? So, were you invited to the reception? Pretty much, Bernie, pretty much. Can you believe they told me only family and relatives could attend? Freaking idiot. They wouldn't even let me in the reception hall. Smart move on their part, I'd say. Got upset and started wandering around the airship. That must be when I dropped my business card wallet. Somebody else must have found it and brought it to the reception hall then. You know what? I saw something incredible while I was on that flying chapel. Like... Get a load of this. What the heck is this? What do you mean, what is this? Isn't it obvious? It's a drawing. I sketched a picture of one of the cabins on the airship. So, what's so incredible about a cabin? Look at look at what was outside the window. One of those flying dinosaurs. A real-life pterodactyl. I looked at the cabin window and there it was, just flying out there. Oh god, we're gonna have another one of these? That airship traveled through time, I tell you. The funny thing is, though, is that the last time when this happened, he wasn't wrong, technically. So, What? When I told that Pierce Butler guy about it, he told me to never mention it to anybody ever again. Yeah, that's right, he did see it inverted, yeah. But why would he try to keep you from spouting what is clearly just nonsense? Maybe Sprocket Aviation is secretly developing a time machine. Hi, Yumpo, welcome on in. Welcome, funny. A guy walks in the bar and asks for a drink. The bartender looks at the man and says, "Hey, Mr. Do you know you have a steering wheel in your pants?" Which the man, willfully replied, "Yeah, it's driving me nuts." Ha 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 ha. 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 Okay. Anyway. No way. Nick, this case is totally amazing. Larry, you didn't tell Mr. Edgeworth about this, did you? Of course not. Edgy would just roll his eyes and think I was off my rocker. Didn't even tell him I was wandering around on the airship. I told him I met Ellie on the mooring dock and we ran away together. Yeah, I could see Edgeworth's eyes rolling right out of his head had he had heard about this. So Larry also experienced a time slip somehow. How is that possible? Hey Nick, I'll be taking my card wallet back now if you don't mind. Oh yeah, this is for you. What is it? It's a picture of the hold. I took it when I was wandering around on the airship. See? There's Ellie right there in the middle. The hold? Yeah, see? Right here on the diagram. Okay, so now I know where the hold is, but what was Ellen doing there? Well, they were using it as a prepping area for the reception. Let's see. And around when did you take this? For the reception. I took it while Ellie was getting everything ready. So this was taken before the incident occurred. I don't know if it'll be of any help, but thanks for this anyway. Well, considering it's in the evidence, it's definitely going to be helpful. By the way, Larry, I heard that the door to the hold is controlled by a security system. So how'd you get in there? That's a trade secret. Can't tell you. And the hits just keep on coming. Well, I guess that's basically a wrap on the investigation. Not quite, Nick. I want to meet Ellen, too. That's right, you haven't met her yet, have you? Okay, let's head over to the detention center then, so you can say hi. Animal sick! How you doing, Sky? Welcome on in. Alright. No, why? Please understand that this is in Master Soren's best interest. Sounds like Ellen's busy talking with someone. The next president cannot be married to a criminal. It would disgrace Sprocket Aviation. Miss Ellen, I need you to forget about this marriage. Pardon us. This is Mr. Wright. So, their marriage is definitely off? There is no other choice. We can't have a criminal in the family. For the sake of Master Sword and the Sprocket family, this is what is best. No! In that case, what if Nick here proved Ellen's innocence? Then you wouldn't have a criminal in the family, right? I suppose you're right. But I am afraid that will be impossible. That's not true. Not for Nick. He may look like a nobody, but he could do some pretty amazing things. Gee, thanks, Maya. I don't take cases on lightly, so rest assured I will prove her innocence. Mr. Phoenix Wright, I understand your name is quite well known in the judicial world. For better or for worse. Pierce, I want you to promise me this. If I can prove Ellen's innocence, then you won't stand in the way of Soren and Ellen's marriage. very well. But not even the most talented lawyer in the world can change reality itself. The reality is, Miss Ellen is guilty beyond a shadow of a doubt. I believe that's where you're wrong, Pierce. I'm clean. I swear I am. Obsessively, compulsively clean. Just as clean and pure as this pure white dress. Fine. You have my word. But you will be the one to regret this promise. Now, if you will excuse me. Now I have all the more reason to win this case. Ellen, we finished our investigation and we'd like to talk with you about what we found. Okay. So what did you find out? In the course of our investigation, we heard that you had been seen standing in front of the victim with the murder weapon in your hands. Sorry. No, my note's stacking up. It wasn't what it looked like. It's true I was holding a murder weapon. But when I found him, he was already dead. I panicked. And I was hoping I could go back in time again like I had done earlier. So I picked up the timekeeper from the pedestal and brought it over without thinking. You're so desperate you were ready to try anything, huh? Fortunately, that sort of behavior makes you an easy target for the prosecution. No. And as for your little trip through time, none of your in-laws can confirm your story, I'm afraid. I see. The only exception is Larry. He said he saw something. Really? What did he see? Can't say I quite believe it myself, but Larry claims he saw something incredible. He claims he saw a pterodactyl flying outside the airship. What? Not only that, but apparently Pierce... Cody, was it? Told Larry to keep quiet about it. But why would Pierce do such a thing? Larry's theory is that Rocket Aviation is developing something in secret. Nicody, okay, thank you. A time machine, to be exact. Do you think that's why nobody would confirm my story? Because it's a secret? I really don't know. Speaking of your in-laws, we did manage to find your key card at Sprocket Manor. One of your in-laws said he'd keep an eye on it for you. Oh, thank goodness! I lost it while I was getting things ready for the reception. I looked everywhere for it. I'm so glad you found it! We can start Pierce Joy this time for a change. Well, Nick, looks like you'll have to prove the existence of time travel in court tomorrow. That's right. I swear that while Mr. Gloomsbury was being killed, I was busy traveling back through time. With stodgy Skeptic Edgeworth at the helm for the prosecution tomorrow, we're really gonna have our work cut out for us. To be continued. Oh boy. Alright. Par for the course, yep, pretty much. Okay. Let's see, we've been playing this for like maybe 3 hours now? Under 3 hours. Yeah. Um, Chat. Would you be okay if I stop Tamagotchi Life for no? Stop Apollo Justice for now, and then I play Tamagotchi Life for the remainder of stream. Do you mind if I do that? Okay, by me. No objections from me. Okay. It's just more so because, like I always say, like playing this game can take a lot out of me with the voice acting and everything. So I mean, we'll come back to this next week, though. We'll continue from where we left off. So, alrighty then. Yeah, I just feel like I need to rest with the voice acting.